please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to Omegon 2. Today we're going to be looking at two videos that were tweeted out by Alan Roberts. Alan Roberts does a lot of commentary on social media, usually against fat acceptance and body positivity, because those that champion fat acceptance and body positivity champion a more perverted version of it, where instead of being, let's say, positive about the body you have, they choose it to be the body you choose to have. There is a vitally important distinction between the choice and what you are. In the context of fat acceptance bowel movement, I'm not entirely sure if there's a positive to have when it comes to that group. I've yet to encounter an actual positive to come out of that. Instead, all I've seen is a lot of online people begging to be treated on part of those who are ethnic minority, those who are disabled, those who are of a differing sexuality. Wishing to be a protected class is not, with the levels of entitlement involved, a good thing. The first video we're going to look at, both of which come from the same user on TikTok whose name I cannot for the life of me remember, Alan tweeted out with, "Someone told this bearded lady, who undoubtedly has trouble wiping her own bottom, that she should be giving her audience life advice on how to handle anxiety. Crying with laughter emoji ×4.
Hey, just a heads up. Your anxiety? She's a liar."
As someone that desperately tries to not be negative on a regular basis, the message on the face of it can be interpreted as truthful and honest. Where I believe Alan's criticism lies is in the fact that you clearly don't have your own in order, yet you are giving life advice to others on your platform on TikTok, which can be seen as contradictory if you can't even be asked to do something as simple as look after yourself. The additional complaint then becomes, how can you be an authority on something when you yourself have yet to address your struggles, which you have spoken of in video form that I have on this channel covered.
Yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire.
At some point, I have to sit here and ask myself if I'm being baited out a little, because you intentionally choose outfits that are not flattering because you want to wear them, which is of course your right, your choice. But because they're not flattering in the slightest, I am drawn to them like a moth to a flame. I want to point that out. You say pants on fire while showing yourself wearing a rather large pair of rainbow pants, which leads me to believe that the presentation of your video is done solely to drum up additional clicks. The problem you have is Alan removed the watermark, or whoever originally tweeted out removed your username from it. So you aren't getting additional clicks from it, because no one's going to go to TikTok to find you. They're really not.
Your anxiety's a liar. Yeah. When she tells you're not good enough, lies. When she tells you don't deserve it, freaking liar.
This is the part I enjoy the most, where I get to be pointlessly, pathetically pedantic. Each and every person who goes through some form of anxiety, myself included, have it. Hi, meow. We each go through our own struggles for our own reasons. They are not always necessarily built on lies. Much of it can come from insecurity because we know our limitations, or because we haven't earned something. To deserve something, you have to earn it. That is generally the premise, the principle, right? But that is not always how the world works, which is why anxiety exists. Because we know the world is not fair nor unfair. It does not have morals.
Who do you think you are? Garbage goblin anxiety. She's a liar.
I know you spend a lot of your time in your content, because I've covered it before, trying to uplift your audience and anyone else that might well see your videos on the For You page if you ever make it there. But I do understand and somewhat agree more with Alan when it comes to you presenting your uplifting message when you are clearly not the right avatar for that message, because you have in other content shown those same weaknesses, and you are showing a weakness right now that many criticize you for.
And I'm here to tell you that while that garbage goblin is trying to just do like a hostile takeover of your brain, you deserve it.
How anxiety works is it comes from a basis of insecurity. It comes from a basis of knowledge as well. In some cases, the anxiety can come from knowing how the situation has played out in the past, so you prejudge it and you worry. It can be an insecurity because you are afraid of things like a doctor, yes, dealing with law enforcement, going to a court, going to an exam, yes. Your message doesn't really apply to those though. Yours applies to those who fall within body positivity and fat acceptance, I say that because of how you've framed what you've said so far. So what do you deserve? To wear the clothes you want to wear. The garbage goblin in your brain can't determine that, only the garbage goblin in your brain that thinks you look good in it. I would insert obvious cake and pie remarks here, but to be honest, I'd rather have those myself, and I'm not a sharing type. So no, you can't have them, you do not deserve them, let your anxiety consume you because of it.
You deserve the joy, you deserve the love, and when people tell you you deserve it and people say it, know that they mean it.
I'd like to quote Dr. House. People lie. Everybody lies. No one should deserve anything without earning it first. It is vitally important. I firmly believe in this, because if you just get given everything you have not earned, chances are it is paper, it is plastic, it is superficial and fake, like a lot of what you say in your videos.
Okay? Liar, liar, pants on fire. Kick her out of there.
While I can fully support the positive message you are trying to send, I really can. I want to be a dick, because I'm allowed to be on this channel, and say that certain moves should be restricted to those who cannot, well, do one sit-up. You lack the flexibility, and I'm pretty sure you couldn't have reached your toe with your hand if you tried. You might have been able to slap your knee, though.
Sometimes it's hard, because she just hunkers down. She's a liar. Or them. They're a liar. Okay? Love you!
I'm going to be pointlessly and pathetically pedantic one more time for that video anyway, and say that it is not always the case that anxiety comes from a place of lie. As someone who has it, I can promise that your message can be regarded as uplifting. However, the contradiction concerning you and your message means your message falls a little flat. Video number 2 was tweeted out with the message, quote, "I think we have a mustache line up. A rare moments of truth from the woke." The outfit's a little different this time. Dungarees. I think dungarees are cool, but there are limitations to how cool they can ever look.
I want to make something abundantly clear. Abundantly clear. Did I get dressed in 30 seconds? This is not the outfit I had picked out. 110%.
Okay, we're starting video 2 with another pointlessly, pathetically pedantic remark from myself. There is no way you manage that in 30 seconds. As someone that is more energetic, someone that is a lot smaller, taller, but thinner, a lot thinner in fact, I can safely tell you that at my best it would take me a few minutes to get dressed. Please, on the internet we deal in specifics. The only thing I can believe took you 30 seconds was your hair, and maybe putting your glasses on your face, if you knew where they were. Unless, of course, the only way you managed this was to manage to somehow get the dungarees on as if you were putting on waders and everything else underneath was put on in advance and you rolled out of bed into that. Also, is that a QR code on the dungarees? I'm curious.
Do I look a hot mess? I mean, it's a cute hot mess. You'll see me coming from a mile away, which, not a bad thing.
I don't think for a moment you look cute. Dungarees in this instance are not flattering, especially over the top of a hoodie. Seeing you a mile off, yes, I probably could actually. Even with the curve of the earth, I'd still be able to make you out from a fair distance. But that's because I've got really good eyesight. Something I find frustrating within body positivity is the notion that we should all be allowed to wear whatever we want whenever we want, and look however we like. I personally don't agree with this message. I think that we all have differing body shapes, differing head shapes, hand shapes, feet shapes. It's why there are so many different types of gloves and footwear and trousers for different leg types. I think that you should accept the limitation of the body you have. So certain items of clothing that don't look good on me might look better on someone else. For example, my friend David is incredibly skinny. He could wear skinny jeans. He chooses not to. I could never wear skinny jeans, but I rarely wear jeans. I prefer more functional clothing, cargo trousers, or workout clothing. I do not believe in the video that we are now looking at that you look hot at all, but then beauty is subjective and there are plenty of feeders out there. There are also a fair few furries who might mistake you for one of their kind.
But the star of the show today is my mustache.
Weird flex, but okay. 1 out of 10 on the mustache. I can barely see it in this resolution quality. You'll find a teenage boy with patches all over his face, having more impressive facial hair. I was going to draw attention to the fact that I couldn't tell whether or not the shade around your chin, let's go singular, we're not that cruel, was, if anything, trying to become a, is it goatee at the bottom on its own? Is that what you call it? I know the soul patch is the middle bit that's cringe. But what's the other thing people have? No, it doesn't matter. Someone will tell me in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah. I thought to myself, I'm going to shave it this morning. I'm not, No. In fact, I think that my 5 o'clock shadow lends to the outfit. I think it fits.
I'd agree if you had a manual labour job, but you are, I believe, a teacher, which is worrying on the face of it. Unless you work a farm, nothing you present seems functional. It just seems to be an accessory or an extension for you to trivialise and to be body positive about, but I'm not entirely sure there's anything positive to take from this.
You know, I always said if I could grow a mustache and do like little curls, I think I could be unstoppable.
Or you could cosplay as David Suchet's Poirot, who was also quite fat. Now do me a favour and practice your Belgian accent. Remember to make it slightly higher pitch as well. David Suchet did a marvellous job with his iteration of Poirot. Cut the hair short, slick it back, get Miss Lemon, and the captain, of course.
I think that me having a mustache lines up, you know? So the mustache stays, at least for today.
Is this the part where I'm supposed to say we stan mustache? Because no, we don't. Sorry. Although rather amusingly, this video does tie in quite nicely to the first video by championing who you are, right? Whereas others will get some anxiety from being seen having any facial hair, for reasons that I'm sure make complete sense. You embrace your differences, let's call it that. At the same time, ew.